Waterbomb LA, what was supposed to be one of the biggest K-pop events to ever happen in America, ended in absolute disaster after taking a long time to reveal the tickets and then not having the full lineup when tickets were revealed, and then changing the way the venue looks, then not making it disability accessible, then changing the venue again, changing the prices, not giving any perks to the people that have bought tickets, and then ultimately postponing the event for what seems like forever. Let's yap about this. Hi, I'm Honey, your chronically online best friend whose first ever claim to fame on the internet was actually running a K-pop stan Twitter account. So I think that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever confessed to anyone. But you best bet I'm knowledgeable in all things K-pop and also all things K-pop stans getting angry. Baby girl, before we jump into what made Waterbomb such a disaster, let me first tell y'all what is Waterbomb, because I realized just kind of saying Waterbomb sounds a bit weird. Like, that's not something you want to say too loud in an airport. So for the sake of this YouTube video, let me give y'all some background. So Waterbomb is a music festival that takes place in Korea, usually Seoul. They've moved to doing some in Busan. They've now started doing some in Japan as well. But it is a music festival for K-pop music, so you have a bunch of Korean pop idols there. And the whole selling point that makes it different from any other festivals is there's a lot of water, hence the name Waterbomb. And you're probably like, what the hell are you talking about? There's water. Like, are you saying it's raining? No, I'm talking you can buy water guns, and while your favorite little K-pop idol is there hidden like the fancy you can hose them down with a water gun. But here's the thing, they can fight back. There are numerous videos of K-pop idols using hoses to spray their fans, dumping water on themselves, others. It is basically a full-blown water fight, but with your favorite musicians, which is honestly such a fun selling point. Waterbomb always looks so much fun. There's a lot of meet and greet, singing, dancing, and of course, a lot of getting wet. So Waterbomb decided that they wanted to come to America, and what better place than Los Angeles? And Waterbomb's already teased like some crossovers. Actually, Hugh Jackman was at Waterbomb recently in Korea promoting Deadpool and Wolverine and was getting a hose down in what? But Waterbomb announced that it would be coming to LA. And honestly, we didn't have a lot of information. We barely had a date at first, just that it was coming to LA. But everyone kind of assumed it would follow the traditional Waterbomb structure, which is you have your big field area, you have your water gun recharge areas, you have your food and drinks, and then you have your little like meet and greet plaza area. Well, it didn't do that at all, but we're gonna get into that. So Waterbomb LA finally revealed that September 28th and 29th, they would be hosting their LA event. Now here's the thing, up until this point, we didn't have the arena yet, we didn't have the full list of who would be performing, and we didn't know ticket prices. They did announce in an announcement with the full like date and everything that August 26th would be the day to buy tickets, but they never told us when we would know those prices. Well, the prices and the site map finally dropped, and unlike all other water bombs, where you stand in the general admission field area and then there are sitting areas to recharge yourself, relax, they announced that there would be general admission on the field, VIP, and then you would have to pay to be in a seat. So they basically decided they were going to do it concert style and not music festival style. What is insane about this, however, is Waterbomb tickets in Seoul usually are about $115. Waterbomb LA tickets started at about $160, with some going up to the $400 mark. And something that I still cannot wrap my head around to this day is that VIP, so being right in the front, you know, like you can just, well, not grab your favorite K-pop idols, being right in the front, right where you can just hose down, stick them up, your favorite K-pop idol, right in the front, costs the same as some of the seating tickets. VIP costs the same as some of the seating tickets. Now, the reason the other water bombs have free seating is because you are standing for an obnoxiously long amount of time being on the field. Much like any other music festival that has like designated areas to rest, like your bigger ones that have your designated resting areas, that is how water bombs in Asia operate. So for them to just decide to start charging for seats was very out there for everyone who had previously planned on attending, because it was something that the company has never done before. I will say there was the expectation that prices would be a little bit more elevated just because the company would be having to pay for travel costs for the idols to come to America. Of course, you have to cover visas, lodging, etc. But the fact that tickets for Waterbomb LA, which was not even hosting as much big names as other water bombs, to give y'all the context, when we got the full artist lineup, because at this point where ticket prices are not announced, we still do not know every idol who's coming. We just know a couple of the biggies, and it's the same as we've had at other water bombs, but it was not as long of a list. It was definitely a lot shortened.
This is the lineup for Waterbomb LA. This is what they got in Korea. All of this. And excuse me if I sound ungrateful, but you're quite literally milking our fucking wallets dry. For no floor access, a concert-style venue, repeat artists, and ticket prices that make Coachella and EDC seem tiny in comparison. Don't go to Waterbomb LA. They basically promised what they got in Korea is what we'd be getting, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore.
So Waterbomb LA cost more money, actually, than Coachella. Please let this sit in, considering Coachella has a lot larger of a lineup, a lot larger of a space, a lot more things to do, and is also Coachella. Not to say like it is the music festival, but whenever anyone that is not in the music festival sphere thinks about a music festival, Coachella is always the first thing that comes to mind. It's like how if I asked y'all to name like a cartoon theme song, there's probably one that comes straight to mind, and it is not Growing Up Creepy, because I think I'm the only goddamn person that remembers that show. Okay? When you think of something iconic, like Coachella, you usually think that it's going to be the most pricey event of that caliber. So for Waterbomb to be as pricey as it is, at almost $800 for 2 days, it's a bit much. So when tickets released, it was, this whole thing was such weird timing, y'all. Like, you would not believe it. So they announced the prices at around 3 in the morning, and tickets went for sale literally a month before the event. And this would have shot me in the foot if I was trying to go to Waterbomb. I really, really wanted to go. Like, I want to make this so clear. I wanted to go to Waterbomb more than anything in the world. But by the time ticket prices were announced, I knew I had no chance in hell, because 1, my ass would have to be on a plane. 2, I have to buy a hotel. And 3, I have to pay those ticket prices. But also, on top of that, I would have to request the time off work. And seeing as I didn't even know how much this endeavor would cost, at the time that the cutoff for me to request time off work had passed, there was no way I was going. And that's the thing. Ticket prices were announced 3 a.m., a month before the event was set to start. So you would not even know if you had tickets yet, but would have to already be paying for your accommodations to get there, have to be paying, like taking the time off work, have to be paying for your accommodations, having to pay for all of this, not knowing if you had secured those tickets yet or not. Because let me tell you something about K-pop tickets. They sell out fast. I have spent many a time fighting my way in a queue, and I won, but that's off the record. I'm just saying, I know how to tussle when it comes to concert tickets. But here's the thing. The day to buy the tickets came. And as you guys heard me talking, there were VIP tickets, meaning you got to not only be on the field, which is where you would want to be. Like, I want to make this, like, I want y'all to get in my brain right now, okay? Baby girl, get in here. This is the whole selling point of the event, is the water aspect, the water fight. So if you are up there in the stands, in those cheap tickets, what's gonna happen if you fire a water gun? Do you think you are gonna hit the K-pop idol? No, you are gonna hit the people right here, row right underneath you. The whole appeal of it is to be in the floor area, which is why no other water bombs do seating areas, because the seats are basically the no splash zone. So the day for tickets came, and there was still no idea, no word on what the benefit of getting VIP passes was. And let me tell y'all, other K-pop concerts, they give you so much free shit for doing VIP. When I did VIP for ATEEZ, I got a free bag, I got photo cards, playing cards, I got a fan, I got a portable charger. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? A portable charger for free. I mean, I paid for the tickets, but for free in theory, because by the time the concert came, I had forgotten how much money I paid for it. Girl math. So here's where it gets crazy, as if that wasn't crazy. As Le Sserafim once said, crazy. Waterbomb obviously got a lot of backlash over this, from the price gauging to no updates, no full set list, and not announcing multi-passes, VIP perks, all of that. They got a lot of hate for this, understandably so. So what did they do? They deleted the post talking about how much tickets were and re-uploaded it, but made it so no one could comment. And they proceeded to do that with a couple other posts. If you visit the Waterbomb Instagram right now, a lot of what I am talking about has actually been permanently wiped from the internet. But y'all best bet I found that shit again. She's a reporter, she's Gale Weathers, minus the ghost face killings. Well, y'all don't know what I do in my free time. They proceeded to not only delete and re-upload these things with limiting comments or just no comments at all, but they actually proceeded to block fans of the event, calling them out for the prices. I feel like every single thing we've talked about the past couple of videos, I've talked about people getting blocked left and right. But y'all, I need companies to learn that blocking people is not gonna stop the backlash, it's actually gonna make it worse. So after tickets had been released, a lot of them were not selling. People were not buying the tickets because a lot of K-pop stans took it upon themselves to boycott the event. So they started roping off seats, just flat out being like, okay, these are no longer seats anymore. Bye.
Huh?
Which is weird, which is a bit funky. And the thing with Waterbomb LA is because it was supposed to be the first Waterbomb in America, there were hordes of people trying to get in. So for the tickets to not even be sold out really goes to show how upset people were by this. But it gets worse. Following this backlash, they took it upon themselves to basically post an apology. They also linked to an official statement as to why they made the choices they made. That statement has now been wiped from the internet. But essentially, they talked about how the field they had only had a 10,000 person capacity. So because of that, they had to do seating in the stands. They also talked about how hard it was to organize an event overseas for them. So that's why there were a lot of delays and updates, and we were getting weird timings on responses because of the time difference, which does all make sense. But then that doesn't explain the blocking. And yes, they apologized for it, but as a business, that is never the move to make. And then it gets weirder. So they also announced, because of that, they would be changing the prices of the tickets and actually making them a bit cheaper. So people that had previously bought floor spots would actually get a refund on the money they've spent. And that new floor seats going forward would actually be a cheaper price. Now here's what's funny. Remember how I said a lot of people were really peeved that they had no clue what the VIP perks would be? Yeah, we still did not know. We still did not know that. And remember when I said a lot of people were peeved because when buying tickets, they didn't get any answers on prices or release date until last minute? Same thing. They also announced anyone that wanted to buy a new ticket set for floor would have to wait for the release date. And they don't know when the release date is, but you just wait for it. So all the people buying new tickets had to suffer the same fate as the old people tickets. Which, karma, but also, hello. And one other thing I wanted to mention is why choose a field that only has a capacity of 10,000 people? Because I understand the move was to make it in LA, But there are also other festival grounds in LA that have way bigger festival GA spots. To outwardly choose a place that has concert style seating was a bit of a weird move, especially with how much Waterbomb already has in like extra cost, because y'all can't just bring your own like Super Soaker Nerf 6000 into Waterbomb. When you're in the arena, you have to pay to buy your own water gun. Obviously, you have to pay for food, no outside food and drink. There's already a lot of extra costs tacked on to Waterbomb. So for them to now start adding extra cost for seats when seats were usually just reserved for resting is a bit weird. Why choose a place that can only hold 10,000 people when, quite literally, you do have your pick of the land? There was nothing saying Waterbomb had to be in LA. I understand LA is a staple of America, but KCON, the biggest K-pop convention, is in both LA and New York. You don't want to use New York Fairgrounds? Fine. Houston, huge. Texas, huge K-pop stan community. Georgia, huge K-pop stan community. Multiple states have these huge festival areas. And people aren't traveling to Waterbomb LA because it's in LA. They're traveling because it's Waterbomb. So to go out of your way to choose an inconveniencing, almost, festival ground is a bit weird. I understand like the cost of these areas and things, but if you're not putting out updates, you're not in a good area, why not wait to announce the festival? If we are waiting until July to announce when the dates for Waterbomb are, and then giving yourself 2 months to get this all sorted out, and then releasing tickets a month before the event, why? There's no reason it had to be that rushed. I have tickets for concerts already that are going to be in February and March of next year. There was no reason they had to be like, okay, we got 2 months to do this. No reason. No one needed Waterbomb LA 2024. It could have been announced we were getting Waterbomb in LA eventually, and then we got it in 2025. It did not need to be like, let's just do this as fast as possible. Let's just get this done. That is not how you should be running an operation. So, in their statement though, they did say, I understand y'all are upset about like the seating, but we are standing firm in our decision and we're not gonna change it. And then they changed it. Waterbomb LA announced that all seats would now be general admission. And if you previously had a seated seat, you'll get a refund. And now you have to rebuy tickets. So that same stress you went through opening day of buying tickets, you have to go through again. The bright side here, though, sadly, is there was originally the expectation, like I said, that you would be having to fight to the death for Waterbomb tickets. No one was buying tickets. So people that did previously have seated seats did have easier access to buying floor seats. But of course, it is a price difference. And you've already gone through the stress of buying tickets. I don't understand why they didn't just help transfer over, especially for the seats that were equal valued price to the original VIP tickets. Previously, like the day after that original FAQ, they changed the layout to be more accessible. They added vendors, they added food places. So they had already changed the layout once. So this change to them changing to there being no seating seats at all GA, was actually done the day of the new ticket drop. Remember how I said all those people that wanted tickets had to wait for the new drop? They announced this change in layout, a third layout, okay? This is the second change, a third layout. They announced that the day of the ticket drop. Come here. Y'all know what else they announced that day? Baby girl, you're not ready. You know what else they announced that day? No perks for VIP.
Huh?
Let me repeat that. No perks for VIP. Other water bombs with VIP, you would get early admission or a drink pass for the weekend, or both. You would get priority for meet and greet, stuff like that. Nothing. The only thing you get with that expensive ass, I'm so worked up that I can't even say my S's. Ignore the fact I had a speech impediment when I was younger that also did the same thing. That's not important right now. those expensive ass VIP tickets, all you get with those is getting to be near the front. I won't say you get to be front row, because as someone that's done VIP for concerts, there is no guarantee you're going to be right at the barricade. You might be at the back of VIP and not be able to see shit, but at least you're on the floor. But now everyone's GA, so it has suddenly got a lot harder to secure a spot. Like, again, like I said, when I went to see ATEEZ, I got so much free shit. I would also like to say ATEEZ was the main event that a lot of people were going to Waterbomb LA for. Hwasa was always there, also there, as well as some other groups and individual artists I love, like Jungha, but that's not important. But when I saw ATEEZ in concert, they gave me so much free shit. I say that as if ATEEZ themselves came to me and were like, hello, honey, we love you, here's your free stuff. But, y'all see this? But to announce that there is no perks for VIP, that now everyone is general admin, so the main perk of being you were on the floor is now something that everyone has, and announcing that an hour before ticket drop was a bit weird. It was a weird move on their part. And we're not done with the story. It gets not worse, but equal value of not great. So after a little bit more backlash, they announced that the previous seating areas would actually be used for people who got tired and could now sit in the stands, which is great. That's what every other Waterbomb had been doing, and is honestly what they should have done in the first place instead of trying to do concert-style seating. The one thing that to this day still puzzles me though, is if there was only the capacity for 10,000 people on the floor, how can they suddenly get rid of all the seats? Because their whole point was the only reason we are doing seats is because we cannot fit everyone on the field. But now you can? Now your event still has the same capacity, the same amount of tickets, but you're getting rid of where the overflow is supposed to be. How? If anyone in the comments can explain this to me, I would love to hear it, because I cannot understand for the life of me. But essentially Waterbomb started changing so much that they just made it seem like every other Waterbomb festival that they've had, which is what it should have been from the beginning. They should not having to be changing everything to make it almost identical to other Waterbombs. They should have used that layout from the start because they know what works, kind of. Kind of. I say kind of because other Waterbombs, aside from the main one in Seoul, have had a few issues of them trying to make it a little bit different and then that backfiring and then backtracking a little bit. So this is kind of on par, but it should not have been this crazy, and it should not have taken this long to get updates and just hear anything. Well, so as you guys may be following, we have now had 4 different layouts for Waterbomb, and it's now all general admission. If you previously had a VIP ticket, those actually got refunded some of the money because they changed the ticket prices. But if you wanted to buy new VIP tickets, you had to wait for the VIP drop. And then they announced that the perks of VIP didn't exist. And then they changed the layout again. And then, you know, now everyone's GA. And then they changed the layout a little bit to be like, okay, you guys can use the seats if you need it. So what do you guys think happened next? I'll give you 3 choices. 1, they changed the layout again. 2, they decided to only make it a 1-day event and not a 2-day event. Or 3, they postponed the event. Well, considering at the beginning of the video I said they postponed the event, I hope you said they postponed the event, otherwise you have not been paying attention. I'm just kidding, I love you. But people of the jury, they decided to postpone Waterbomb LA due to operational issues. I personally think those operational issues were, oh shit, we only have a capacity of 10,000 people. What do we do now that it's all GA? Now, here's the thing. They offered a full refund to anyone who had gotten Waterbomb tickets. Well, offered is a generous term. They gave a full refund to everyone with Waterbomb tickets. They said AXS, access? I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced access or AXS. Whatever. They said the ticketing website would automatically give you a refund. Now to me, that doesn't sound like postponement. as someone who has had a concert postponed for actually a year and a half due to COVID, I didn't automatically get a refund. I just got told I have to hold on to my tickets till the new date's announced. So for them to just be like, boom, refund, does not sound like a postponement. It sounds like a cancellation, especially when they've made nothing to say if we're gonna get a Waterbomb at all this year. Which I will say for the rest of the year, I don't think it's happening because the day for Waterbomb that it was supposed to be already came and went, and it was in the high 50s, low 60s in terms of weather, and extremely windy. So people would be freezing their asses out there if they were soaked in water. But aside from the fact that they're saying it's postponed when in reality it sounds canceled, there's a bigger problem here. Like I said, original tickets didn't go on sale until August 26th. So all of this stuff was unfolding late August, early September for a September 28th and 29th event, which means all of these people who had bought tickets had already booked flights, hotels, asked for time off work. Those things are non-refundable for most people. A lot of these places, due to the short notice, were not giving refunds. And I don't know if y'all have ever tried to get a refund on a flight, but they will fight you to the death on that. It wasn't necessarily just, oh no, Waterbomb's canceled, what are we gonna do? It's more so, okay, now I have to wait on a refund for these expensive tickets for an event that we know nothing about being rescheduled. But I've already booked an Airbnb, I've already booked a plane, I've already taken the time off work. That is money that you cannot get back. A lot of the people that had Waterbomb tickets actually did end up going to LA because there was nothing they could do. So you'd see so many people in K-pop like groups, forums, being like, hey, what's there to do in LA? I came for Waterbomb and I actually have no idea what to do because I'm here all weekend with my event being canceled. Like I said, this whole situation's a bit weird because they had the guidelines, they had the baseline of how to do a good festival. It's not that this is a brand new festival never before seen. This is a festival that has been going on for years. Multiple years. I want to clarify, not 4 is in the number, but 4 years is an F-O-R, 4. This is an event that's been going on for years. And you already have these huge, huge presenters there. You've already gotten the K-pop idols to take time out of their schedule to be there. This isn't just screwing over people because they didn't get to go to the event. It's screwing over the idols who had to clear their schedules because I know they now need to be booked and busy for those days and for all the time it would have taken them to be in America. But you're also screwing over all the people that have lost money on things they can't get a refund on. And had they just followed the guidelines of other events like this, like the ones they put on, this really wouldn't have gotten as much backlash or been a problem from the get-go. I don't know. I just wanted to bring y'all that are in the K-pop sphere into this because I think it's whack, I think it's weird, and I think it's about time that, you know, your favorite niche micro internet celebrity invites y'all in to niche micro internet drama because things like this don't really leave their sphere. And I think things like this need more people talking about them. I think we need more companies to start taking accountability and realize that it's not just fans who are going to be upset by it, but that other people can see that it was a train wreck. Anyways, that's my spiel. I had fun. I hope you had fun. Okay, love you. Bye. Say it back. Say it back. Love you. Bye. Bye.